Hello, hello, everybody. It is me, Melissa D. Hall, formerly known as Here Mel, your favorite. Sorry about this. Excuse me. I'm trying to go live on Instagram, trying something new here on StreamYard. Listen, as you all come in, make sure you say hello. I'm here because the Lord, He gave me a word to give to you all for 2024. And I feel like it is my responsibility to share it. Woo! And let me tell you something. You've been watching my show, you've been following me. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. I depend on Jesus Christ, and I love the Bible because I believe that the Bible is so interesting. You all, the Bible is full of drama, right? And anything that is really kind of going on now has already happened before. And a lot of it's in the Bible, right? And anyway, but regardless if you're a Christian, Muslim, you don't believe, I believe that today I'm going to give you a word that is going to accelerate your 2024. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to highlight my followers as you come in. Make sure you say hello. Okay. So, hey, Judith Jackson, how you doing? Okay. Hey, who else? If you come on in and say hello to me, hello to me, hello to me, okay? On my Facebook, my Facebook, my Instagram, all of y'all, okay? We're gonna talk about winning your war. I don't know about you all, but I can say for myself, okay? And listen, this is only gonna last 10 minutes, okay? Because I set my alarm for 10 minutes, okay? It's only gonna last for that. I got something else to do, okay? So I don't know about you all, but I can say for myself, and I could just say for the atmosphere in 2023, people made some serious changes with their lives, right? 2023 was the first year that everything kind of got back to normal, quote unquote, with post COVID, right? And during that COVID time, people had a lot of time to sit and to reflect and to really, understand and kind of create the type of life that they wanted, right? How they wanted to be treated, the what they really wanted to do with their lives. Because one thing about COVID that taught us all was that time is of the essence. God forbid, hey, we're all going to go out here one day, right? COVID took out a lot of people in it, and I know about myself, it really made me value my life, the quality of my life. And it let me know that there is no time to waste, right? That I've stepped into my destiny. And all of you all out there who are watching it, you all probably have stepped into your destiny, right? But this is the thing, and you've done a lot of work on yourself, right? But the thing about it is that when you do that work, you have to maintain it, right? Because it is very, very hard to sometimes stay straight, or excuse me, it's very easy to go back into old patterns, right? It's very easy to go back into old patterns, especially, people start seeing you doing a lot of work to yourself, and, you know, they want to come along too, right? But as we know, we got to stay focused. So anyway, I want to give you all this word. Okay. I'm using a Bible. I have a study Bible here. And so we're going to start with the story of King David. Again, this is only going to be 10 minutes. So just stay with me. And I promise you, what I'm about to tell you is definitely, it's going to change your life, because this word is not from me. It is from God himself. And, I ain't never talk like that, especially here on the internet, but it is because guess what? God, he cares about you. He cares about his children. He cares about your quality of life. He cares about you reaching the goals that he has set in your heart. A lot of us out there, we do affirmations every morning about ourselves, right? We write down our goals and our plans. And if you look at all those plans you've written, if you look at all those goals you've written, they will give you a clue to where your life is headed and what and God really wants for your life. Because guess what? One thing I've learned about the Lord is that He's not boring. He wants to give us what we really desire, although sometimes you may think, oh, he don't want me to do that. He don't want me to do that. Nah, God is cool like that. he does want to give it to you. Okay, I promise you. If you want to be a dancer, if you want to be a physician, if you want to start a club or whatever you want to do, right? God, he wants to give it to you, right? He wants his people to prosper. He doesn't want people who like hate his job, hate their assignments on their lives. I know that that's what people say. Oh, it's a thorn in your side, and if it hurts, that's what God wants you to do. I'm telling you now, that's not it. That's not how he works. Okay. Those plans that you write down that you want, I promise you, God is in line with them. Okay. But you got to protect them once you start moving forward. So let me get to this. Okay. So we start off with the story of King David. Okay. Those of you all who do not know, like King David was like the greatest king, right? Well, what ended up happening is that King David, his son, um, his son actually turned against him, right? And revolted against him. Yes. And his son's name was Absalom, okay? And he turned against him, okay? And so now he actually like ran David out of town, out of the country, out of Israel, all right? And so anyway, David, he's hiding in the woods with his people, okay? And let me just read this to you. I'm going to start off at 2 Samuel 15, verse 31. All right. All right. So when someone told David, his advisor, Ahithophel, was now backing Absalom, David prayed, "Oh Lord, let Ahithophel give Absalom foolish advice." So then come on down. On verse 34, it says, "But David returned to Jerusalem and tell Absalom." And David at this time was talking to, let me start at verse 32. As they reached the spot at the top of the Mount of Olives where people worship God, David found Hushai the Archite waiting for him. Hushai had torn his clothing and put dirt on his head as a sign of mourning. But David told him, "If you go with me, you will only be a burden. Return to Jerusalem and tell Absalom, I will now be your advisor, just as I was your father's advisor in the past. Then you can frustrate and counter, okay, Ahithophel's advice." All right. So David sent his advisor to his son to frustrate his other advisor. Okay. Now, chapter 17, we're moving to, all right, verse 1. Now, Ahithophel urged Absalom, that's David's son, okay? "Let me choose 12,000 men to start out after David tonight." Now, this Ahithophel, okay, was David's other advisor who stayed with the rebellion, who stayed with Absalom, his son, right, to guide him. Now, unbeknownst to Absalom, in the woods, David, he was exhausted. His spirit was down. Okay. If you all know the Bible, David had been running from Saul his whole life. Okay. The former king of Israel. So now here he is running from his son, who he let back into the kingdom. He actually banished his son. Okay. But he went ahead and he got let back into the kingdom. They convinced him. Okay. So now he went ahead, he let him back in the kingdom, and his son has taken over. Okay. And he is just so heartbroken. His men are tired. He's tired. Right. And Absalom doesn't know that. But Ahithophel, he knows that because he advised him, right? And he told him, okay, verse 1, chapter 17, "Absalom, let me choose 12,000 men to start out after David tonight. I will catch up to him while he is weary and discouraged. He and his troops will panic and everyone will run away." Now, that is what Ahithophel, who stayed with him, told Absalom's son, right? Now, here we go. Here comes Hushai, okay, who was actually David's second advisor as well, because most people, like kings, just how you have a board of directors, all right, kings, they have a council, okay? And so Hushai, who David sent, okay, said, chapter 17, verse 5, "But then Absalom said, bring in Hushai, the Archite. Let's see what he thinks about this." When Hushai arrived, Absalom told him what Ahithophel said. Then he asked, "What is your opinion?" "Well," Hushai replied, "this time I think Ahithophel has made a mistake. You know your father and his men. They are mighty warriors. Right now they are probably as enraged as a mother bear who has been robbed of their cubs. Now, that's the advice, okay, that he gave him. Mind you, David sent that man in there to say that, right? Now we go down here to verse 14. Then Absalom and all the leaders of Israel said, Hushai's advice was better than Ahithophel's, for the Lord had arranged to defeat the counsel of Ahithophel, which really was a better plan. Okay. Whew. Father God, thank you. What ended up happening? Absalom, David's son, was actually killed by Joab in the woods. Okay. All his men defeated, and David returned as king to Israel. Let me tell you something. A lot of you all out here who are listening to this have done some serious work in 2023. You've cut a lot of people off. You left a lot of things so you could be the person who you are and to just get all that God has for you and that you want for yourself. And I'm telling you right now, don't let those things, don't let those people back in. Okay. It was a reason why they left you. It was a reason why they left you, why they deserted you, is a reason why you left them and you deserted them. Listen, listen. Somebody always said that, you know, your friends reflect, or who's around you reflects where your mindset is at. Everyone who's listening to this, who is watching this, has been elevated. You are in a new mindset. You are going to a new place. Do not let those people back in. Okay. I'm going to tell you this, you know, yes, King David, he was in the right in this one, but these are the same tactics that the enemy uses. The devil is a real thing, you all, and he knows the Bible too, right? He has a strategy as well. Okay. And you could have some, you know, the people that you're going to now, your new crew, your new circle, they're giving you good advice, right? Because they stayed down with you, but you cut those people off for a reason. You stopped going there for a reason. You stopped answering their phone calls for a reason. You stopped texting them for a reason. You left that job for a reason. You broke up with that man for a reason. You divorced that woman for a reason. Okay. I'm telling you, you no longer are a part of that club for a reason. You're no longer part of that church for a reason. Listen to me. They mean you no good. If you want to win your war, and I'm going to tell you this, some people are sent in with a plan and some people are there to go ahead and collect information to bring back. I am a firm believer that a person cannot be your friend and also a friend of your enemy at the same time. Okay. I'm giving y'all a word here, and I want y'all to know for 2024, do not let them back in. Do not let them back in, or else you will lose your war. Okay. All right, you all. Anyway, I hope you all got this. I wrote the scriptures, and listen, put in the comments if you thought this was a good word, you know, and hey, if you ain't letting them back in for 2024, you're a new person, right? You've done a lot of work to get where you are at. Okay. Don't let the past, because guess what? Usually if you leave somebody in the past, their mindset is still in the past. And they're probably mad that you left them right back there where they left you. Okay, where they left you. All right. Some people out there, they mad that you are not where they left you. Okay. Hear me? They are mad that you are not where they left you. Okay. Don't let them back in. Don't let them back in. I know it might feel like good old times and it's good. I promise you, don't let them back in. It's going to be a mistake. You got a war to win. Okay. And people definitely do come with an agenda. All right. Listen, you want to hear more of this, what I got to say? Of course, you know, you can catch my show on Monday, 7 a.m. It's a great day to sell insurance, right? But also, too, I'm going to be at my church for New Year's Eve this year. And I'm going to be giving, what is it, like the 7 last words. I'm going to be talking about being faithful at Greater Love Church here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Because guess what? We love you no matter what you're going through. You can tune in. The service starts at 9:30. It's going to be amazing. And you can tune in right here online. Okay. You can just go ahead and go to their Facebook page, GLC Raleigh. Okay. Or, you know, if you want to stop by, I think it's 1421 Timber Drive. Come on in, you know, why not? It's free. Alrighty. Y'all have a blessed day.